Howdy, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Sciatica, back pain, 3 instant relief exercises at home. Keep it simple. We're going to show you a couple of new things today.
Yeah, and this is simple. You can do them at home. And I've had these work, and if they work right now. The pain dramatically goes down. So, Bob.
And if they do work, I would do them quite often.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Precisely.
not something to do once a day. It's something you do throughout the day.
Sure.
So,
okay then.
If you are new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, go over to the Facebook and like us. If you look down there, it's Bob and Brad, because Brad and I, as children, we're not liked. It's a sad story. We're turning things around. Right, Brad?
Yeah.
Life is good.
Yeah, we're liked immensely now.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about back pain, Bob.
All right.
Sciatica, almost always, I wouldn't say almost always, but the majority of the time, it's a problem with the disc.
Right.
The
Herniated or bulging or extruded.
Right.
Disc.
So why don't we just go ahead and show them so they get a good visual. Oftentimes this helps. Am I in a good location? See the red disc here is showing the problem disc. Not that you have a red disc in your back, of course, they're more like this, but the bulge is right here, and if you look at this nerve happens to go down your leg, and if this bulge is pushing into that nerve, that makes that nerve talk to you and say, ow, 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 give you all kinds of pain down the leg. We need to get that bulge to get back in, we call that reduce, back into where it belongs, and if we could get that to go back in, life is good. So if you think about some traction, pulling on the vertebrae apart so that it allows room for that bulge to get back in where it belongs. So traction has been around for much longer than anything, and now surgeries are more popular, so I think traction has kind of went to the wayside somewhat because of that. But if you could do some traction to get that bulge to reduce, pain goes away quickly.
Well, let me show them on a dynamic model here.
Good.
So here we got 2 vertebrae that we pulled from the low back, L4, L5.
There you go.
And in between we have the disc. And so again, on a normal healthy disc, you can move forward, back, side, side. Nothing really happens. The disc stays fine. But after a while, let's say you do a lot of sitting or a lot of bending, and you wear out the back of the disc.
Which is where it normally
And what happens eventually is this can happen. Can you see that?
Right there. Is that clear? Liz is around the side too much. Good.
I can turn it a little bit.
So now we're going to put some traction and pull them out, and it just sucks right back in.
Centrifugal force. I know you don't believe that, but that's what they used to say.
Really?
Centrifugal force. Yeah.
Okay.
So pulls it right back in. So very simple, right, Brad?
Yep. So how do we get traction at home? They have fancy machines, but you really don't need them. We've got 3 different options that you can do.
Now here's a nice, safe way to do it. You just get a couple chairs,
right,
and you're going to go ahead and put a pillow down if if it's hard on your knees.
If you got carpet, it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. And my knees are young. I can
Bob
handle this.
is tougher than nails.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead, and it's real simple here. All you're going to do is weight on your arms. So I'm picking up my knees from the floor.
Right
yeah.
See,
slide her under there.
Yeah.
And I'm letting my body relax. So I'm trying to let my back sag.
Right. So some people may initially have a hard time allowing the muscles around your trunk to relax so you can get that traction and let that bulge go back in. But you'll know because it's going to feel good. It's going to feel like, oh my goodness, I wish I would have done this a long time ago.
They don't have to do this for a minute. They can do like 15 seconds at a time.
Right.
Just lift up, relax, lift up, relax. Just give you some relief.
Sure.
Kind of works on your posture too. Kind of gets you back in alignment.
Yep.
So, and the other way to do this, by the way, my toes were touching the whole time.
Right.
So it was just my knees that were up.
Right. So this is kind of a partial traction. You're not getting full body weight. It's a good way to start out. And it doesn't take as much arm strength. And most people feel more comfortable when they're lower. But this is quite easy as well.
So if you have a good solid chair, you got to have solid chairs for this one because, you don't want to be leaning on something that's not going to give you support. So now, same thing again. I got my toes just kind of hanging there.
They're touching.
Yep. But I'm taking pressure off the back. And this is a nice one to do because you can do it in the office. You could just go.
Oh, yeah.
You're talking to somebody and like, hey, hanging out, how's it going?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because once you feel comfortable with it, it's very easy to do. Let's give them the profile, Bob.
Oh, sure.
Then they know exactly what you're talking about. We're going to show his feet position. So his toes are, you know, there's a little bit of weight.
I mean,
going
I
through his
can
toe,
lift up.
but it's easy to relax.
It's
this way,
easier
isn't
to
it?
relax this way,
Right.
right? Because everything kind of tightens up when I
Right.
do it the other way.
And
So-
again, as soon as you put that traction through there, you're going to feel that release. And if that's the situation, you're going to do this throughout the day, every hour or so, to get that bulge back in and keep it in.
All right, how about the second way? This one, you're gonna need some equipment. I mean, you're gonna need a
Right.
bar.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to. I mean, some people may have something at their house where they can hang
on.
from, you know,
Right.
at the raft or whatever. But you do need a pull-up bar or something to hang on. So I'm going to do it facing this way. It actually looks good. Now, I do this on my back, and I don't have a bulging disc. It just feels good to me.
You do this for your shoulder a little bit too,
Yep,
don't you?
I do. As a matter of fact, it's working out really well for me. So it's a double. Actually, we're
double
gonna
benefit.
we're gonna do a video on that too, Bob.
Sure.
The double.
Gotcha.
It's like a 2-hole-in-1 or something like that. So anyways, with this,
Hole-in-one.
if you, I'll do it this way. You can see my feet. The same concept. You can just start to go like this and do a partial hang. And so I'm controlling the weight with my feet right here. And if that feels good, and the more weight you let off your feet, the better it feels. I'm going to go to my toes. Now, I could lift my feet up like this and actually get full weight. And I'm telling you, this feels good right now. I'm happy. Oh, man. And I'm going to hang here for about 30 seconds simply because my hands get a little tired after that.
I mean, I don't do it for my back, but it actually does work for even your mid back a little bit.
Sure. Oh,
I mean,
right.
Yeah,
From
it
lumbar to
stretches.
thoracic, it's a
Right.
good stretch. So even if you don't have sciatica, you may want to try this to get some back
Yeah,
relief
again,
in
we're
general.
going to go over later how it's actually helps a lot of shoulder issues.
Right.
Too, so
Oh, yeah. That's,
not later on this video, later in time.
Yeah, later this year, later this month.
year. All right, so the other thing you can do, you can try to, in theory, kind of pushing that disc back in by, instead of going forward, you actually extend the back. And
Right.
sometimes that helps. And sometimes, I don't know, do we mention, sometimes you have to, we're going to keep it simple.
Well, we can start here.
Yeah, some people who have trouble laying on their stomach may have to start with a pillow or two.
Right.
And so they lay on like this, and this is the only thing they might do the first day.
Right. When you go like this, if it clearly feels better and it gives relief in the back and down the leg, that's great. Sometimes the pillow can go this way. Sometimes I'll turn it this way. It depends on what works better for the individual and how it responds.
Sure. And you know, if you start with 2 pillows, then eventually you go down to 1 pillow.
Right.
This might all happen in one day. If it feels good, you might go, I'll try it without a pillow. Oh, it still feels good. It's still relieving some of my leg pain.
Right. I've had this happen with patients in one session. Usually it takes more than one, but the progression is the same.
So then, you know, you want to probably do the prone prop.
Sure, yep.
Where you get up
Prone
on your
on elbows, yep.
Same thing. What's it doing? What's the pain doing? Is it getting out of the leg? Is it getting worse in the leg? Then you don't want to do this.
Right.
If it's getting out of the leg and maybe even worse in the back, that's a good sign.
Right.
We're trying to get it out.
Right, because what's happening is that bulge is literally going back into where it belongs, and then you go to the dynamic
Then we're going to
aspect.
go ahead and I'm keeping my pelvis down and I'm doing a kind of a half press up here.
Right. So the full one would be,
Right, but I'm not lifting up my bottom like this because a
Right.
lot of times your back is tight, and if you went all the way up like this, it would go like this.
yeah,
So you just want to work in the range that it allows you, and then eventually, yeah, a full one is like this.
right. So the elbows go fully locked. As a matter of fact, I just worked with a woman. It took about a week and a half, 3 visits before she could get to this. But everything is going just like this. It just took a little bit longer.
I do these preventatively. I do
Sure.
it twice a day.
Yep.
I just give my back a good stretch to help keep that disc in alignment. And
It's like changing oil in your car.
that's right, except you have to do it twice a day, which is a lot. I don't think you have to do it in your car that often.
So there you go. 3 really easy things you can do at home. And between the 3 of them, I think you're going to find at least one of them that's going to give you some good relief. So carry on. Once again, Bob, we can fix.
we can fix just about anything except for a broken heart.
There you go.
But we're working on it day and night, night and day.
We will never,
We never succeed. I
We-
mean, we'll never desist or stop. Or
we digress once
Yeah.
again.
All right, thanks for watching.